Have you ever wondered why you keep struggling with money, no matter how hard you work or how many finance books you read? The answer lies in what happens in your mind during the last hours before sleep. And today you'll discover the secret ritual that Louise used to reprogram her subconscious and manifest abundance while she slept. Every night, just before you fall asleep, your mind goes through a sacred window of opportunity that most people completely waste. During those precious minutes between wakefulness and sleep, your subconscious is completely open, receptive, vulnerable to any thought, image, or emotion you deposit in it. And what few people understand is that the last thing you think before sleeping will repeat in your subconscious mind throughout the entire night, approximately 8 hours straight, literally reprogramming your deepest beliefs about money, abundance, and your worthiness. Louise Hay discovered this secret after years of studying how the subconscious mind works. She understood that while we sleep, our conscious mind shuts off, but the subconscious remains active, processing, integrating, and recording everything we gave it just before closing our eyes. The last impression you give your mind before sleep is what your subconscious will work on throughout the entire night, she explained. If you fall asleep worried about debt, your mind will spend 8 hours reinforcing that vibration of lack. But if you fall asleep feeling abundant and grateful, your subconscious will work all night creating pathways toward more prosperity. And do you know what most people do before sleeping? They check their bank accounts with anxiety, worry about pending bills, mentally review their financial problems, or fall asleep watching negative news about economic crises. Basically, they're programming their mind for 8 continuous hours of scarcity and fear vibration. And then they wonder why money doesn't flow into their lives. Your current financial life is the direct result of what you've been thinking before sleep for the past months and years. If you've been falling asleep with thoughts of lack, your financial reality reflects that nighttime programming. But the good news, the extraordinary news, is that you can change all of this starting tonight. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the exact ritual that will transform your last hours before sleep into a powerful mental reprogramming session for abundance. Are you ready to stop wasting the most powerful moment of the day and start using your sleep as your best ally in creating wealth? The first aspect you must understand is that your subconscious doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination, especially during the hypnagogic state, that moment of transition between being awake and asleep. Louise Hay discovered that this state is like having direct access to your mind's hard drive, where you can install new programs without your critical mind interfering. During the day, your conscious mind is constantly filtering, questioning, resisting new ideas. But at night, in that sacred moment before sleep, all those barriers disappear. Think of your subconscious mind as fertile soil. Everything you plant there will grow without questioning whether it's good or bad for you. If you plant seeds of poverty and worry, you'll harvest more situations that confirm that reality. But if you plant seeds of abundance and gratitude, your subconscious will begin to create pathways, opportunities, and synchronicities that lead you toward prosperity. What is the last thing you think before falling asleep? Is it your list of financial worries? The debts you don't know how to pay? The feeling that it will never be enough? If so, don't judge yourself, but understand that you're literally ordering your subconscious mind to create more of that throughout the entire night. A woman told me how for years she fell asleep doing mental calculations, calculating how much she needed to pay all her debts, feeling a knot in her stomach. And every morning she woke up with immediate anxiety about money. She lived like this for almost a decade, until she discovered Louise Hay's teachings. When she began to change her nighttime ritual, her financial life began to transform in ways she never imagined. Louise Hay taught us, when you go to sleep, make sure your last impression is one of peace and harmony. Your subconscious will work on this all night, and you'll wake up feeling renewed and full of positive energy. She knew we can't control everything that happens during the day, but we can consciously decide what thoughts, images, and feelings we deposit in our mind before sleep. Let's do this first transformative exercise together. Tonight, before going to bed, sit on your bed for 3 minutes. Close your eyes and breathe deeply 3 times. Now, remember 3 good things that happened today related to abundance. They can be as simple as someone bought you coffee, you found money in a pocket, you received a compliment at work, or you simply had food on your table. As you remember each one, Feel the emotion of gratitude in your heart. Then, place your hand over your heart and affirm, "Thank you for the abundance that constantly flows into my life. Every day I have more. I sleep in peace knowing the universe provides for me." Repeat this affirmation 3 times, really feeling the words, not just saying them mechanically. Then lie down and maintain that feeling of gratitude and abundance as you fall asleep. Your only task is to hold that feeling as long as possible before sleep overtakes you. At first, it may feel artificial or even uncomfortable, especially if your current financial situation is difficult. But remember, you're not denying reality, you're creating a new one. And your subconscious will begin to work all night to make that new vision real. Try it for 7 nights in a row and observe what begins to change, not only in your external life, but first in how you feel when you wake up each morning. And we'll talk about that in the next point. Most people don't realize they're reinforcing their financial limitations just before sleep with a seemingly harmless activity, constantly checking their bank accounts, watching negative economic news, or talking about their money problems. Louise Hay observed that what you consume in the 2 hours before sleep has a profound impact on your nighttime programming. If you fill your mind with images of crisis, scarcity, and problems before sleep, you're giving clear instructions to your subconscious about what kind of reality to create, she explained. Your brain doesn't differentiate between what you see on a screen and what you experience directly. When you watch news about economic crises, mass layoffs, or financial problems just before sleep, your nervous system activates with stress and your subconscious records. The world is a place of scarcity and financial danger. And then it will work all night from that premise, seeking to confirm it in your life. How many nights have you spent browsing on your phone looking at your debt status, reading about economic problems, or chatting with friends about how difficult everything is? How many times have you fallen asleep with the last image being your insufficient bank balance? Every time you do this, you're programming your mind for 8 hours of scarcity vibration. I met a man who every night, religiously, checked all his credit cards, his loans, his mortgage, mentally adding up everything he owed. He said he did it to stay on top of things and be responsible. But what he was really doing was going to sleep with the emotion of being overwhelmed and in debt. His subconscious received the message, "You're in financial trouble," and worked all night from that vibration. After 3 years, his situation had only worsened despite earning good money. When he finally changed his nighttime ritual and stopped checking his finances before sleep, something extraordinary began to happen. He started having creative ideas about how to generate additional income. Opportunities he didn't see before began to appear. His relationship with money became more relaxed and, paradoxically, he began to make better financial decisions. Everything changed when he changed what he allowed into his mind during those sacred hours before sleep. Louise Hay reminded us, "Protect your mind as you protect your home." Don't allow any thought or image to enter without your conscious permission, especially before sleep. She suggested creating a mental cleansing ritual before bed, where you consciously release all the worries of the day and deliberately choose what thoughts you're going to meditate on before sleep. I propose this powerful exercise for the next 2 hours before sleep. Establish a sacred rule of not checking bank accounts, not watching negative economic news, not discussing money problems. Instead, dedicate those last moments of the day to activities that elevate your vibration. Read something inspirational, listen to music that makes you feel good, meditate, write in a gratitude journal, or simply enjoy a loving conversation. A transformative practice is to keep an abundance journal next to your bed. Every night, before sleep, write 3 pieces of evidence of abundance you experienced that day. They don't have to be big things. It could be that someone smiled at you, that you had hot water in your shower, that your body functioned perfectly all day, that you had electricity, internet, a roof over your head. By consciously focusing on the abundance that already exists in your life, you're training your mind to see it and, more importantly, to create more of it. After writing in your journal, close your eyes and visualize your life with the finances you desire. Don't focus on specific numbers. Focus on how you would feel. Would you feel at peace? Free? Secure? Generous? Allow that emotion to fill you completely. And from that emotional state, affirm, "I fall asleep in peace, trusting that the universe is conspiring in my favor. My subconscious mind is creating pathways to my abundance while I rest. Tomorrow I will wake up with fresh ideas and new opportunities. Maintain that sensation as you lie down and prepare to sleep. If your mind tries to return to worries, simply acknowledge them. Thank them for bringing you information, and gently return to your abundance visualization. It's not a battle, it's a conscious and loving choice. And we'll talk about that in the next point. If this content is resonating with you and you feel you're discovering something that can transform your relationship with money, give me a like and share this video with someone who also needs to reprogram their mind for abundance. Knowledge that heals multiplies when shared. Now, let's delve into one of the most powerful practices Louise Hay taught: the use of specific affirmations during the hypnagogic state. This is the moment just when you're about to fall asleep, when your body is relaxed but your mind still has a thread of consciousness. It's the perfect moment to implant new beliefs about money directly into your subconscious without your critical mind rejecting them. Louise Hay discovered that affirmations work exponentially better when practiced in this altered state of consciousness. During the day, when you affirm, "I am prosperous," your conscious mind immediately jumps in with objections. "No, you're not. Look at your bank account. This is ridiculous. You're lying." But at night, in that state of drowsiness, your critical mind is almost asleep, and affirmations enter directly into the subconscious as programming without resistance. Affirmations said just before sleep become direct orders to your subconscious, Louise Hay explained. Your mind will work all night to make real what you affirm in that sacred moment. That's why it's crucial that your last words before sleep are of love, abundance, and possibility, never of fear, lack, or limitation. Have you noticed how when you worry intensely about something before sleep, you even dream about it? Your subconscious takes the last thing you give it and processes it, amplifies it, integrates it throughout the night. Imagine the power of using this consciously in your favor instead of unconsciously against yourself. A woman who attended my workshops shared how for months she practiced abundance affirmations only during the day, without significant results. But when she began doing them specifically in that transition moment before sleep, her life changed within weeks. She received an unexpected promotion, found money she had forgotten about, and began attracting clients to her business in surprising ways. "It's like the universe finally heard my requests," she told me. What really happened is that her subconscious finally accepted them without resistance. The key isn't just in saying the affirmations, but in feeling them. Your subconscious responds to emotion, not just words. When you affirm something while really feeling the emotion that it's already true, your subconscious can't distinguish between whether you're living it or imagining it, and it begins to create that reality. Here is the exact nighttime affirmation ritual you can begin tonight. Once you're lying down, with the lights off, breathe deeply until you feel your body is completely relaxed. Then begin to repeat these affirmations mentally, slowly, feeling each word. Every day, in every way, I am becoming more and more prosperous. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I am a magnet for abundance. I deserve wealth and prosperity in my life. While I sleep, my subconscious mind is creating pathways to my abundance. I trust that the universe provides for me abundantly. I am open and receptive to all the riches of life. I love money and money loves me. I rest in peace knowing that all is well in my financial world. Don't say them mechanically. Repeat each affirmation feeling what it means. If you affirm money flows to me easily, visualize and feel what it would be like to experience that. If you say, "I deserve wealth," allow those words to penetrate deeply, releasing any guilt or unworthiness you've carried. Repeat these affirmations over and over, each time more slowly, as you fall asleep. The goal is for the last thing that crosses your consciousness before falling completely asleep to be one of these abundance affirmations. That way, your subconscious will take that vibration and work with it throughout the entire night. Louise Hay suggested creating your own personalized affirmation, one that specifically addresses your particular block with money. If your problem is feeling it's never enough, your affirmation could be, "I always have more than enough for everything I need and desire." If your block is feeling you don't deserve money, you could affirm, "I deserve abundance simply for existing." I am a child of the universe and prosperity is my natural inheritance. An additional secret Louise Hay shared is to write your most powerful affirmation on a card and place it under your pillow. Your subconscious is sensitive even to what's near you while you sleep. It's a physical reminder of the programming you're installing. During the first days, your conscious mind may resist. You may think, "This is silly," or "It's not working." Ignore those thoughts. They're just the old programming defending itself. Continue with your nighttime affirmations no matter what your critical mind says. Generally, around day 7 or 8, you'll begin to notice subtle changes. You wake up feeling different, you have new ideas, you see opportunities you didn't see before, or you simply feel more at peace with money. And we'll talk about that in the next point. There exists another crucial element in the nighttime reprogramming ritual that Louise Hay practiced religiously: creative visualization during the alpha state before sleep. When you're lying down with your eyes closed, relaxed, but still conscious, your brain naturally enters alpha state, the same state achieved in deep meditation. This is the perfect moment to create mental movies of your ideal financial life. Your subconscious thinks in images, not words. That's why visualization is even more powerful than affirmations. When you create a vivid mental image of your prosperity and feel it emotionally, your subconscious accepts it as a direct instruction of what it must manifest. And when you do it just before sleep, that image is deeply engraved and your mind works all night to materialize it. Louise Hay taught us, before sleep, create a mental movie of your ideal life. See yourself living with abundance, feeling the peace that comes from having your needs met and more. Your subconscious will take this image and begin to move all the necessary pieces to turn it into reality. Have you ever fallen asleep worrying about not having enough money and dreamed about stressful financial situations? That's your subconscious taking your mental images and creating dreams based on them. Now imagine what would happen if instead of images of lack, you gave it images of abundance just before sleep. A businessman I met was on the verge of bankruptcy. Every night he fell asleep visualizing his debts, imagining how he would lose his business, his house, everything. And indeed, his situation worsened every day. When he learned this principle and changed his nighttime visualization, he began falling asleep mentally seeing his business prosperous, his debts paid, new contracts being signed. In 6 months, his business not only recovered, but grew more than it had ever been. Nighttime visualization isn't fantasizing, it's intentional programming of your future reality. The more detailed, sensory, and emotionally charged your visualization is, the more powerful it will be. It's not about seeing numbers in a bank account, but about feeling what it would be like to live with that abundance. I'm going to guide you through the visualization exercise you can do each night. Once you're lying down, relaxed with your eyes closed, begin to create this scene mentally. Imagine yourself waking up tomorrow feeling completely at peace with your financial situation. See yourself checking your bank account and feeling deep gratitude for the amount you see there, more than enough for everything you need. Observe how you feel in your body. Is there lightness in your chest? Relaxation in your shoulders? You breathe easily, without the knot of anxiety that previously accompanied your thoughts about money. Now see yourself leaving home for your day. Observe how you interact with the world from a place of abundance. Perhaps you buy something you want without the stress of, "Can I afford it?" Maybe you invite someone to eat with generosity. Or you simply walk down the street with an internal sensation that you're cared for, supported, provided for. Visualize a specific situation where you're receiving money. Perhaps it's payment for your work, maybe it's unexpected income, or a new client saying yes to your proposal. See yourself receiving that money. Feel the emotion. Hear the words. Make the image as real and sensory as possible. Now expand the visualization. See yourself at the end of the day, recording in your gratitude journal all the financial blessings you received. Feel the deep sensation of thankfulness filling your heart. See yourself getting into bed that future night feeling completely secure, knowing that money constantly flows to you. Keep this mental movie playing as you fall asleep. Every time your mind tries to return to worries, simply return to your visualization. Don't get frustrated if at first it's difficult to maintain the image. Like any skill, it develops with practice. Louise Hay recommended that your visualization include not only money, but how you feel and act when you're prosperous. See yourself being generous, sharing, enjoying, investing wisely. This gives your subconscious a complete picture of what your life is like in abundance, not just a number in an account. A powerful trick is to have a simple anchor image that you can easily recreate each night. For some people, it's seeing themselves signing a big contract. For others, it's seeing themselves in their ideal home. For others, it's the feeling of paying off all their debts. Choose your anchor image, a scene that represents manifested abundance for you, and replay it every night before sleep. Remember that your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a real experience and one vividly imagined. When you visualize with detail and emotion, you're creating in your mind the same neural imprint that would be created if you were actually living that experience. And your brain, believing that is your reality, will begin to look for ways to confirm it and create it in your external life. And we'll talk about that in the next point. The last element of the nighttime ritual, and perhaps the most profound, is what Louise Hay called forgiveness and release before sleep. She discovered that many of our financial limitations are rooted in resentments, guilt, and unprocessed emotions we carry from the past. And nighttime is the perfect moment to release all of this before your subconscious processes it for 8 more hours. Think of your subconscious mind as a large processor that during sleep reviews, organizes and integrates all the information from the day. If you go to sleep loaded with resentment towards someone who owes you money, guilt about past financial decisions, anger at yourself for your mistakes with money, your subconscious will spend the night reinforcing those heavy emotions. And those emotions create a vibration that repels abundance. Louise Hay taught us, resentment, criticism, and guilt are the fastest ways to keep abundance away from your life. Before sleep, consciously release all of that. Forgive others, forgive yourself, and sleep in peace. She knew that forgiveness isn't for the other person. It's to free yourself from carrying that weight in your subconscious. Who haven't you forgiven in relation to money? That family member who owes you and never paid? That ex-partner who left you with debts? That business partner who betrayed you? That boss who didn't pay you what you deserved? And more importantly, have you forgiven yourself for your past financial decisions that didn't turn out as you expected? A woman shared with me how for years she couldn't prosper because every night she fell asleep mentally reliving a failed investment that had cost her savings 10 years earlier. She blamed herself, criticized herself, told herself, "How could I be so foolish?" Her subconscious, receiving that message night after night, believed she didn't deserve to have money because she didn't know how to handle it. When she finally forgave that situation and forgave herself, financial opportunities began to appear again in her life. The nighttime forgiveness ritual that Louise Hay practiced and taught is simple but deeply transformative. Here it is step by step. Once lying down, breathe deeply and bring to your mind any person related to your financial situation who causes you resentment, anger, or pain. No matter how justified your anger is, remember that forgiveness is for you, not for them. Visualize that person in front of you. Then mentally say, "I forgive you for whatever they did. I release all negativity between us. I release you and I release myself. I am at peace." Repeat it until you feel a softness in your heart. It doesn't have to be perfect. Forgiveness is a process, not a single event. Then, bring yourself before your internal visualization. Look at yourself with compassion, especially that part of you that has made mistakes with money, that has made bad decisions, that has wasted opportunities. And say with love, "I completely forgive myself. I did the best I could with the consciousness and resources I had at that moment. I learned from my past experiences and release myself from the weight of guilt. I love and accept myself exactly as I am." If there are tears during this process, allow them. Tears are healing moving through your body. You're releasing years of emotional pain that has been blocking your abundance. After forgiveness, visualize all those heavy emotions, resentments, and guilt, leaving your body like dark smoke. With each exhalation, more smoke exits, until finally your body is clean, light, bright. And in that clean space, invite feelings of peace, gratitude, and abundance. End this ritual by saying, "I release the past. I am at peace with my financial history. I trust that from this moment on, everything is improving. I fall asleep in peace and wake up renewed. ready to receive all the abundance that awaits me. Louise Hay discovered that this nighttime forgiveness ritual not only improved sleep quality, but literally cleared the energetic path for abundance to flow. Many people who practiced this reported that opportunities that had been stuck for months or years suddenly became unblocked. A fundamental principle here is that you can't attract abundance while you're vibrating in resentment or guilt. These emotions keep you tied to the past, and abundance can only come in the present. Every night you fall asleep having forgiven and released, you wake up a little freer, a little more available to receive the new. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and activate notifications to receive more content about how to reprogram your mind for the life you want to create. We're together on this journey of deep transformation from the inside out. Practice these 5 elements each night: gratitude for present abundance, protection of your mind from negative content, affirmations in the hypnagogic state, creative visualization, and liberating forgiveness. At first it may feel like a lot, but with practice it becomes natural, even comforting. It's like creating a sacred ritual with yourself each night, where you honor your power to create your reality from the deepest level of your being. The journey we've taken today has revealed to you one of the most powerful secrets for manifesting abundance. Your subconscious mind is your greatest ally when you learn to program it consciously. And there is no more powerful moment for this programming than those sacred hours before sleep, when your critical mind rests and your subconscious is completely open to receiving new instructions. For years, perhaps decades, you've been using this precious time without realizing it, allowing random thoughts of worry, lack, and fear to be engraved in your subconscious night after night. And your financial life has faithfully reflected that nighttime programming. But now you know the truth. You have the power to change all of this starting tonight. As we saw, the nighttime reprogramming ritual includes 5 essential elements. First, cultivating gratitude for the abundance that already exists in your life, training your mind to see and attract more of it. Second, protecting your mind in the hours before sleep from negative content, crisis news, or financial worries that only reinforce the vibration of lack. Third, using abundance affirmations during the hypnagogic state, that magical moment between wakefulness and sleep where your subconscious accepts without resistance. Fourth, practicing creative visualization of your prosperous life, creating the neural imprints of your new reality. And fifth, releasing through forgiveness all resentment and guilt related to money that blocks your flow of abundance. Louise Hay lived and taught these principles for decades, helping thousands of people transform their relationship with money and prosperity. Your point of power is always in the present moment, she said. And every night, you have a new opportunity to choose what thoughts, images, and emotions you give your subconscious to work on for 8 hours. Choose wisely. The invitation is clear. Stop wasting the most powerful moment of your day. Stop allowing your subconscious mind to work all night reinforcing beliefs of lack and limitation. Begin today to use your sleep as your best manifestation tool, as a nighttime mental reprogramming session for abundance. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do all the elements of the ritual every night. Start with what resonates most with you, perhaps just the affirmations, or just the visualization, or simply the commitment to fall asleep feeling gratitude instead of worry. What's important is that you consciously begin to program your subconscious for prosperity instead of doing it unconsciously for lack. Remember, this is a process. The beliefs about money you have now were formed over years, even decades. Don't expect them to change overnight, literally. But trust that each night you practice this ritual, you're installing new programs in your subconscious mind. And eventually, these new programs will become your automatic way of thinking and feeling about money. And when that happens, your external financial life will change to reflect your new internal programming. I invite you tonight, before turning off the light, to commit to trying this ritual, just for tonight, and observe how you feel tomorrow when you wake up. Then do it for 7 nights in a row, and observe what begins to change, not only in your internal state, but in the opportunities and synchronicities that begin to appear in your life. Right now in the comments, I choose to listen to my body and reprogram my mind for abundance every night. This public declaration reinforces your commitment and activates your intention. And when others read your comment, They'll also remind themselves of this power we all have. If this video resonated with you and you feel you've discovered a key piece that was missing in your path toward prosperity, give it a like. Share it with someone who is also ready to transform their relationship with money. And subscribe to receive more content about how to consciously create the life you desire from the power of your mind. Activate the bell so you don't miss any video that can continue supporting you on this transformation journey. Remember Louise Hay's final words on this subject. No matter how long you've been thinking a certain way, you can begin to think differently today. And when you change your way of thinking, you change your life. Your nights are sacred. They are your daily opportunity to reset, reprogram, and be reborn. Don't waste them on worry. Use them to create the abundance you deserve. Because the power to transform your financial life isn't in the external world, it's in what you choose to think, feel, and visualize each night before sleep takes you. And that power, that infinite power to create your reality from within, has always been and will always be within you.